What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Today I want to change up what I'm doing a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do with this channel is the main episodes are going to be called the Run and Gun Guide. I've been a run and gun shooter for a long time, and I want to talk about tools to have in your camera bag and lighting and audio, and I've had to be kind of a MacGyver on sets for so long that I feel like that is probably my strongest suit. Kind of knowing a little bit about a lot of different topics and then strengthening those skills, and then you continually learn more and more. I don't think we ever get to a point where we don't learn anymore. But I've gotten to a point where I can handle bigger and bigger and bigger projects. And I still keep that run and gun mentality, that one-man band mentality, the how can I get, you know, all this stuff in a small kit, or I need to go shoot by myself, but I want to make it look much bigger than it's just myself. And I've come up with so many different things that I think really work, and I want to share those with you guys. And that's what this channel is going to be. I'm still going to do the gear review videos when I get my hands on gear and I think there's something to share. This is going to be pseudo episode 1, and today we're going to talk about something that is not very exciting. I think it's exciting because it's something that should be in everybody's tool bag, and it's such a good run and gun type of piece that I'm going to open up with this. And it is the Zoom H5, and we're going to talk about this. So I know audio isn't always the most interesting topic, and usually it's the thing that filmmakers and DPs and one-man bands want to talk about the least, but it is crucially important, and I'm sure everybody knows that. And as much as it might be a pain in the ass, the whole reason I want to talk about this is it makes your life not a pain in the ass. It covers your ass, and it makes sure that you have what you need even when people throw curveballs at you. When clients throw curveballs at you, you know, we get stressed, wheels start turning, and we start figuring out the puzzle. And the reason I love my job and I do this job is because essentially we are putting together a puzzle. Shoots are puzzles, lighting is a puzzle, storytelling is a puzzle, and audio is a puzzle. So this is my most important puzzle piece, and I want to tell you why. Every once in a while, and some people might say, well, I don't shoot events, I don't go to corporate conferences, like neither do I really. But even if you're at, let's say you go to a camp, and you're at like a football training camp, I'm just using football as the example, and you're like, and the client says, we want you to mic up the talent, he's gonna be talking to little kids or whatever. Okay, great. So you're there, you mic him up, you got your lav mic. The issue is there may be the mayor there, and there may be a little tent and a stage off in the distance, and the mayor is actually going to yell out these event names. Okay, we're, you know, a wheelbarrow race or at a carnival or whatever it is. So you're miking your talent, that's the important part, but then you have this echoey, terrible audio from the mayor who's yelling out these things, or whatever kind of curveball could be thrown. Remember, curveballs happen all the time, so it's about just being prepared for them. In this case, I could go over to the board, because anytime it's something that's that big, he's going to be talking into a microphone, and there will be a board of some sort, even if it's a tiny little, you know, it could be one of these running it out to speakers, and it could be an actual board. Either way, I can go to that board, plug this in by itself, set the audio. It's so easy to use. You literally plug the XLR in, levels come through. You can even add phantom power to microphones if you want. Hit record, check the level, put your headphones in, and let it run. And it'll run for 33 hours or something on a 32 gig card. So it's great. But now you have clean, straight audio from this thing happening far away from your main talent, and you can go shoot with your camera and have a hardwired into your camera, have a wireless lav into your camera, whatever, right? Because at the same time you say, well, maybe I want to wireless lav that mayor up. Then you have distance issues and echo problems and input issues where you don't have any more inputs left. Could be a plethora of things that you run into. So that's number one. So number two, that can actually be a recorder just like a sound guy would have. It's really cool because sometimes you can actually, there's a line in right here. on the side. So you have technically 3 inputs. It's 4 because you have a left and right of this microphone, but you can't control one or the other. If you align input here, it's a stereo coming in. So really it's 1 audio in, and then you have 1 and 2 more down here. So you have 3 total. So you could actually have a lav mic coming into the top here, into this 1/8" jack. You could plug another 2 more microphones into here, however you want to do, you know, hardline a handheld mic, 2 more lavs, whatever, or a line input. You have 3 audio signals, balancing them all on here and recording them on here. This has excellent preamps, sounds super, super crisp, great quality. And then you can actually line out to a wireless receiver to your camera. So the same way an audio guy has his board, booming, laving, taking care of all that for you. Usually the one thing I always have is I have them send me a hop, which is a wireless signal to my camera, and it's a mix of, a lot of times it's 2 mics, the lav on the athlete or the subject, and then you're booming. Sometimes we're booming interviews with kids at the camp, using the camp example, or other subjects, or he's also booming the subject at the same time, so we can either mix them together or pick the one that's better. So he's sending me a mix to camera. That mix is just so that I can monitor and that we have something for reference in post, so I can sync up those mics with the final files. So you can do essentially the same thing here by yourself, which is a great one-man band. So if you have a lot of mic inputs at once and it's just kind of gunking up your camera, could be a weight issue, could be that you want to be lightweight and moving a lot. It's just, again, everybody is different, but I don't think a lot of people think of that. You know, it's really a portable sound guy. Those 2 reasons alone are enough to have it in your bag. Number 3, another great reason is because of the built-in mic capsules on top. You can change it to whatever you want, but just as it comes with this XY stereo microphone, sometimes if you had a PA and you're saying, hey, go get sound over there, or you know what, you know, you're recording this thing over here and this important person that's not really part of your piece is saying something on camera. They're being interviewed, he or she's being interviewed. You can go say, hey man, pop this in there, kind of like you would, you know, they do it at the basketball games after they're done. Oh, you know, how was practice today? What do you think about the drama that happened in the locker room last week? You can use this as a field, you know, recorder. I mean, that's really what this is. And just a couple other noteworthy things. You have phantom power in both of your jacks. You have wave files. You have lots of different recording options, lots of different recording times. You can plug into USB, run it off of power. You have a 3/8" thread in the back to mount it to a tripod or a C-stand, get an adapter, put it wherever you want. It runs on AA batteries, right? So that's the other point, is if you don't have power or you just need something to run over there, you need to grab a lav into this, your camera's over there, your camera's done for the day, whatever, but you need to grab an interview, this will do that for you. So this is a really standalone, can just kind of do everything, your portable sound guy in your pocket. This is something I highly, highly recommend to have in your bag. It's just kind of like that, it's that safety net. If something comes up that freaks you out about audio, 99% of the time, this will cover you. This will be the thing that will save you in that scenario. And you know, you can get them anywhere. Movo sells them, they own Zoom, B&H, Amazon, wherever. They're $300. So pick one up, you won't regret it. Great thing to have in your bag. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you own one. Let me know if you think you'd want to own one. I'm really curious to see what you guys think about this, but I will see you on the next one.